Good evening, gamers, and welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. I hope you're all doing well. My name's Mikey. Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you doing? How are you doing? I realize my camera's really far away. 1 second, let me tune in. Hello, come here. Come here. There we go. Much better. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, my name's Mikey. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to this live stream. And I've got an important news to tell you today. Because there are only a few streams left, I'm afraid. There are only a few streams left. How many left? This is 3. Before I'm gone forever. Before I'm gone forever. On a holiday. Don't listen to that last bit. Gone forever. But welcome. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How are you? Thanks for popping by. Thanks for popping by, dudes. How are you? Say hi. I'm being bullied in the parasocial gang. Check parasocial important message. You must read right now. I'm being slandered. I'm being slandered. Look, this is me. It's allegedly me next week when I go on. Oh, excuse me. This is me. Go away. This is me allegedly next week when I go to Japan. Direct me to the Funko Emporium, please, man, Sama. I hate Funko. Thanks, Detno. Get fucked. I hate Funko. It's the worst. It's the worst, bro. It's so annoying. Get rid. Get rid. But let me know who you are, where you're watching from. Welcome to this stream. We have some interesting stuff to talk about. We've got to work out if we've got to put up the pitchforks or bring them back down. Man said he wasn't going to mention parasocial gang all night. Got him in the first 5 minutes. All right, okay. Well, you can join the parasocial gang and you can bully me too. There is a link down below. You can press join, become a member if you haven't already. We're actually out 0. We've got 0 members, by the way. Just to let you know, you got 0 members. So I think it's broken. So if anyone wants to test it, wants to start us with the 10 gifted, that'd be really cool. That'd be really good. But we've got some stream drama to talk about, or like tournament drama that was on stream to talk about. It's a bit of a fucking stupid one. It's just people being petty as normal. But I've been sent I'm part of a forwarding chain that will go over, you know? It's like, send this to 5 friends or you'll die in 7 days. It's very that, but about 40k, which is very funny. And then we've got some other stuff to talk about, and we're going to look at Meta Monday, because we've not done that in a while. So I thought we'd look at Meta Monday. I've been accused of not knowing the game well enough. So I want everyone who thinks that to suck a fat one, and I'll show you how well I know the game, all right? Oh, hey, thank you for the gift. It is literally on 1. We aren't ever going to hit 420. I literally have no members, all right? Not one of you is a member. You're all going to have to gift one to make it work again. It's literally broken. But welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. What have you all been up to? Let me know what you've been up to the weekend. Did you go to a tournament? Did you chill? Did you do some hobbying? Did you do nothing? Did you just fucking masturbate all weekend? Don't tell me about that. I don't care. Anything else that was interesting though, do let me know. I've actually been building my first Gundam kit, okay? You know, loads of people are at MCM Comic Con this weekend in London. And I was a bit like, I don't want to go there. It looks fucking disgraceful. It looks actually awful. But loads of people post about Gundam. And I was like, I have 2 Gunpla kits. Okay. I have 2 Gunpla kits. I played New Kill Team, banging game. I really like the New Kill Team. Now, the problem with Kill Team is I played Halo the week after, and I prefer Halo. But I think Kill Team as a game is really good. Really, really good. It's really fun. Went to Coventry, was some tough opponents there. Which event did you play? Did you play in the 5-round event or the 7 or 8-round event or whatever it was? I've been building Blood Angel firstborn Stern Guard veterans. They're looking gorgeous. Nice, bud. Nice, dude. Make sure you post in the Discord. If you aren't a member, there is decorating the kiln. But if you are a member, there's there's whips, and there's also a model showcase as well. You played in the 8-round. Nice. How was it? Rough. I still don't know if there's like a huge market for like a 3-day event, but I feel like Coventry's the only one that does it, right? And I'd always like wondered why. Why does he do it only at Coventry? Not at like LGT or something. I mean, LGT technically is a 3-day event, but like they have like a top cut and then they play on the Monday. Is cooldown 5 or 6 rounds? It's 5 round, but speaking of exclamation point shop, there is only a couple of weeks left to grab a ticket. Oh, didn't type that right. Yikes. Can't even type my own commands right. Can't even type my own commands right, can we? There we go. Exclamation point shop. There's only a few tickets left to our next event, which is going to be the All-Stars cooldown on the 23rd and 24th of... no, not the 23rd, 24th. Oh, it might be, actually. Oh, God. Yeah, 23rd, 24th. It is. There we go. Can't remember the main date's my own event. 23rd and 24th of November, which is in about 3 weeks. If you want to come along, it would be really cool of you. If you wanted to pop by, come play some hammers. It's a 54-player event, food included, 5-round tournament, 54 players, as I said. It should be a good time. We've got a big raffle. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to give away in the raffle, which is super exciting. I've been doing a little bit of moving around, been doing a bit of clearing out, and I found that I've bought prizes for previous tournaments that I forgot to put in the raffle, which are all going in one. Okay. They're all going in this one. Finish on 621 points, but only 3 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. Terrain is tough into gun lines with slow melee army. That's true. It is tough. Ugin TC is great for deployment, and then it's shit after that. But yeah, so if you're not coming already, there's a few tickets left. You can buy them all the way up until the last week of the event, before this submission. So if you want to come along, now's the time to do it. Grab a ticket. Because they're not going to be on sale for much longer. There's 60. We sold 5 today, I believe. So like they're just like disappearing. So they're going to go. I promise you, they're going to go. Hellstorm event was brilliant last time. Top event, lots of fun. Thanks, Tony. I'm really glad you came along. Really glad you liked it, mate. This is our smaller version of event. It's at Sanctuary Gaming Centre. It's a smaller one. But it's a cool one, you know. If you've never been to a tournament or not been to a tournament in a while, great one to go to because it's kind of like a more chilled out version. I'd say our large event is pretty chill and pretty fun, but this is like it's like closed knit, you know. Bit smaller, everyone's in the same room together, very close, very cozy. Intimate is probably the best word for it compared to the larger one, which is obviously a bit larger, so it has the growing pains of being a large event. It's just too many people to talk to all at once. But it's super fun. I've run loads of events like this. I really enjoy it. It's a Sanctuary. It's a great venue as well. All same, 5 types of terrain, food included. I'm wearing a t-shirt for it. I've been wearing a t-shirt like every stream, just to remind you, just to indoctrinate you all that it's Super All-Stars coming up soon. So, and that's our last one for the year. And maybe when I come back, I'll announce some new dates. Okay? Maybe before when I come back. Maybe I'll announce before I go. Who knows? If you aren't going to Atlanta, you should come. Yeah, exactly. Brian, you're going to Atlanta, that's fine. But even if there's like people traveling from the US to come over, which is like insanely cool. Like we had people come from Australia, the USA, and like a few countries of mainland Europe come to our last event in August, which is super sick. But even this smaller one, people coming from all around the world, which is fun. Which is fun. I played my first 40k game with the mission deck. The guy tabled my Raven guy with Grey Knights in 3 turns. Rough. Bruh. Got best general for 3 wins bracket though. 87th overall. Nice, bud. What was the setup if it's 8 games? Is it 3-3-2? I presume. Evening, Mikey. Wait, I need to pull this one up. Oh, it's not even shown up. It's so dumb, it's not even shown up. Evening, Mikey. Games Workshop gave me constipation and has stolen my wife. Do you think people would pay $7,000 for a course on how to learn? Not 7,000, Matt. However, if you offered it for like 6.5, you know, 6,500, included the cost of the hotel for the course, you'd probably go a long way. You know, they're the 2 things that really sell it. 6,500 hotel included, and a dinner with you specifically. Okay. But yeah, so I've been building Gundam this weekend, you know? Stream before. I've showed them off on stream before, but Big C bought me my very first Gundam kit. When I was at UK Games Expo, I built this lad. This little tiny thing. This little tiny thing. They were giving these away for free at UK Games Expo. And it's fairly basic, but it's also snap together, no tools. Okay, so you build this. I built this on a live stream, I think. I built this on a live stream, like on my phone, whilst at Games Expo. A pretty cool little kit. Again, it's all snapped together. No glue, no tools, no nothing. I'm just gonna put him back because I like him. I don't want to lose him, chat. Anyway, Big C very kindly gifted me a much larger, much more in-depth kit, and I finally started building it. It's almost done. I've been posting on Instagram about it. So it's not fully complete because I'm missing one of the shoulders. But Neon Genesis fans, I've been building my first Gunpla kit, and it's Unit 00. Which now it's actually really cool. It's a I'm been quite surprised. I don't know if I'm going to make content with it. I'm not going to probably make content with this one. I just really enjoyed this one. But I think Gundam, the best way I could describe it, it's Warhammer Lego, you know, because it's all the plastic is pre-colored. I've not painted this at all. But it's essentially like a Warhammer kit, but it's like the way it goes together and the way it articulates afterwards. She's just chilling. Look at her. It's like Lego, but it's really sick and really fun. I've actually really enjoyed it. It's like she's doing a fucking Spider-Man jump, you know? Superhero landing. Me walking into the club like... Me walking into the club be like... You know? But yeah, like, fucking everybody's been posting about Gunpla, and I'm like, okay, I'm not a huge fan of Gunpla, but I am a fan of is Neon Genesis. And now I have some Neon Genesis Gundam. So it's, if you don't know what it is, basically, it's fucking, it's just fucking sprues of Warhammer, like normal. I'll get you a good example. It's like this sort of thing. So it's kind of like Warhammer. Everything comes on a sprue. I think they call it something else. Everything comes on a sprue, but it's all like pre-colored, which is cool. But it's like pre-colored in a way, as you can see, where there's like multiple colors on one sprue. So there's like translucent red, yellow, red, and green all on one sprue, which is cool. And a lot of it snaps together. Like, I've glued some of this together, but a lot of it snaps together because it's articulated, you know? Like, the shoulder pad moves around, the head moves up and down, the neck is like... The neck's really good, actually. Yo, Patrick, thanks for the 23 months. Something I'd like to see from you, repaint it, doing a painting stream, and give it the Mikey treatment. So this one I'm not gonna, but I'm definitely tempted to get a Gundam and do it properly, like painting it. So like the neck, for example, if I just show you this. So like, obviously the head is on a ball joint, so the head moves, which is cool. Also, like, the neck is the first thing you build, and it's like fully, it moves around, you know? You got like that front section there, and then you got like the back of the neck that also moves. But then also, like, you got like the entry plug, you know, so that big up, you know? That's where the entry plug is, if you're for Neon Genesis fans. That's the entry plug. So that then goes down, that snaps back in, and then she's ready to go, you know? So, like, it's kind of like a perfectly accurate historical model, but it is like an action figure, but it's like Warhammer, but it's a bit like Lego, you know? Which is, like, I think, really sick. And they're relatively cheap as well. Like, especially, like, when you compare it to Warhammer. Obviously, you're not going to play a game with this. This is going to sit on a shelf. So I think the monetary value is very different. But it's just how it goes together and how it functions afterwards. Like, all this armor should move, I think. How did it move again? It was like if you twist the hand, twist the wrist, then all the armor moves with it. Oh, I just broke it. Never mind. Oopsie. I just broke it. The other one should work though. Yeah, the other one worked fine, so I need to glue that. So like when you twist the wrist, the armor moves, if you can see. I'll do a zoom in a bit. Like, you can see it, like the armor moves. The arm is staying still, but the wrist is twisting with the armor. But yeah, I've been relatively impressed. I've not really filmed it. I started filming it and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to build this one for fun. And Big C gifted me this one, so thanks to Big C, who's probably in chat right now. But yeah, the way it's kind of like, it's a display piece. It's not really like for a game or anything. You know? Which is cool, I like. As I've got another one, I might do that one for a video. I might just buy a Gundam and do that one for a video. I don't know. But I've been relatively impressed. I mean, well, not relatively. I've been really impressed with it, to be honest. Gunpla is short for Gundam Plamo, which is short for Gundam Plastic Model. Oh, okay. That's interesting. It's got like a double shortening, which is quite fun. I gifted it, but it broke. Don't believe you, Mercenary. Hit refresh. Don't believe you. Chat, I've got no members. Oh, we have members now. They caught up. When did they catch up? I'm sure that still said 1. But again, wanted to say huge thank you to Patchy for the 23 months, mate. Really appreciate it. Next month, 2 years, bro. 2 years next month. That's sick. I know it's been done before, but the irresponsible edge to kit bash these with the Riptide is crippling me. Fucking do it, bro. Fucking do it. They're so good. So yeah, I've been really impressed with it. Basically, a lot of this is snapped together, so you kind of like clean it up super nice with like sanding paper. I've got some... Let me find a link to it first. Because I bought some... Oh, what did I buy? I bought some sanding paper, but like 4 models, like sanding foam, essentially. I'm just trying to find it on my orders. 1 second. It's actually really sick for Warhammer. That's what I bought it for. But it's actually for Gundam. And I was like, holy shit, these are actually elite. Let me just copy the link. Which account? I'm making an affiliate link. I'm not going to lie, chat. It is actually really good, though. Here we go.
Super chat, £3.
Yo, thanks for the 5.
I've been building Gunpla to use in the Wargame Gamma Wolves.
Nice, dude. What's Gamma Wolves? That sounds fun. That sounds cool. Sanding foam. I can't spell sanding. But yeah, I can't show you on stream because it'll dox my address. So I'll show a screenshot. I think that's enough. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm supposed to do this. This stuff. So it's called Steady Sanding Sponge for Model Gundam Builder. I've just dropped a link in chat. It is an affiliate link. Costs no extra to you. But essentially, it's like 3 boxes like this. Okay. This is what you get in them. It's a box of 3 boxes. All right. And I've been trying these out. The yellow and green are really good, but essentially, they're like sanding foam. So it's like foam backed, but with like a rough texture, you know. And it's like fully bendable, but also you can cut it. So I've been cutting them in half and using them on Warhammer, and basically just like fucking like holding it and just like rubbing it around the surface. I want to do it the other way because I don't scratch my finger. Like, because obviously if I wanted to sand my knuckle, I couldn't do that with a file, but I can do it with this, like that. They're actually really, really good. And I thought, you get a 10? More than 10. 3, 6, no. There's 10 of these in each box, and you can wash them. Because it says you can wash them for another use. Water washing can restore most of the cutting force. So you can wash them and then reuse them. And I thought for a tenner, for 30 sanding papers, you know, this is the roughest and it's actually really smooth. So this is for like getting your glass finish. I simply use this one and then use this one if I need to. I've only used this one on my Gundam. So yeah, to like for getting into little tiny places and sanding like curved edges like shoulder pads and stuff, really, really good. I really like them. Because I've used sanding twigs, you know, I've used this stuff in the past, but they always get fucked. I don't like them. They always get messed up, but that sandpaper I've really liked. Anyway, let me catch up with chat. Sorry, I was fucking rambling there. Big ramble, baby. Japanese ahead on everything, including toys. Yeah. Toys, infrastructure, sandpaper, way ahead of the game. I was into Gunpla before going to Warhammer. Turns out I prefer converting and painting to building by the book. Caveat being, I'm not big brain enough to fully bash Gundam models. Yeah, I think the reason I like the Gundam is because it's kind of like, you build it and you're done. There's no other step after this. You can if you want to. You can go in and like scribe all the recesses. You can go in and panel line it all. But if you wanted to, this is basically done, barring that other shoulder and the guns. You know, I need to cut the guns out. Which is actually really nice. It's actually really refreshing. So, and some of them just look cool as well. Some of them do just look cool. But yeah, that sandpaper is really, really good. If you want to grab some, I'd highly recommend it. It's great. No Unit 2, not just now. I've got Unit 0 and Unit 1. Maybe I'll get Unit 2 and then Unit 4. Maybe 6. Big C was trying to get me to buy them, but I'm like, I'm going to Japan in a week, bro. I'm going to Japan in a week. I can just import them and put them in my suitcase. I don't need to order from the UK. So that's what I've been doing over the weekend. I hope you guys had a good weekend too. I think some of you have been playing some Warhammer. Isn't Warhammer already Lego for kidults? Yeah, I think this is just different because it's kind of like, you can play with it, you know? You can play with it, bro. Let's go. It's like a palette cleanser. Yeah, definitely. I can't believe I fucking broke the armor. I must have got some glue on there by accident. But yeah, I need to definitely... I've kind of built this one, kind of just going in with Warhammer knowledge. And I feel like I've learned a lot. I definitely need a scribe to go in and get all the recesses. But I'm probably going to have to just like go watch some videos about like how professionals build Gunpla. Because I've definitely made some cock-ups with this. You know? Like, there's loads of gaps which I don't like. But the whole point is you're not supposed to paint it. So gaps you don't really fill with putty. You kind of like blend them together by sanding and stuff. And fucking, I'm going to sit her on my I've got a little box here. She's going to sit on my box. There we go. Her leg fell off. God damn it. There we go. Sit her on this little box in front of my monitor. Nice. So yeah, it's definitely been a learning curve, you know. I'm getting Mark 6 this week and not eating to pay for it. Yeah, like, Big C sent me OE shop, which I've never heard of. This place. Not affiliated, by the way. Just like what Big C sent me. But when I look at these, I'm more interested in like looking at the tools, you know? Like a model display stand sounds cool, but like what tools are they selling? What should I have? You know? Where's tools? Mr. Hobby. Mr. Hobby is a tool type. Mr. Hobby paint tray. Why do I need this? These are mega popular in Gundam. Because obviously every part is like one colour. So everything that's sub-assemblies are crazy good because you can just spray one bit at a time. But these are mega popular in Gunpla. It's just these crocodile clips, which I don't think would be very good for 40k. I'm wondering what I can learn from this to apply to 40k and vice versa, or like Warhammer in general. You know, like scribes, like digging out details to make them like more pronounced. You know, that's what a scribe, they kind of like go around the recesses and scratch them out to make them deeper. And that's just crazy, to be honest. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. What the fuck is that? Oh, anime girls. Okay. What else do I want to look at? Neon Evangelion. Metal build. That's the other thing as well. There's like loads of different types of like grade. I think these ones are called real grade that I'm building now. But this is metal. Is it actually metal? Yo. Actually dope. No, it's cheating drama. No, mate. Not yet. Also, if you're here to learn that someone's been cheating, I wouldn't be expecting much. Yeah, so these are the ones I've got. This one and this one. Oh, no, I don't have that one. That's the cannon. This one and this one. But then there's Unit 3, Unit 2, and Unit 6, I believe. Yeah, Unit 6. Bruh. I kind of want them. They're kind of expensive when you need to buy so many at once. But Unit 2 at 46 quid is quite cheap. Very tempted, but let me build Unit 1 and 2, 0 and 1 first. There's a guy following YouTube, repaints Gundam. One of the things he's massive with it is weathering. Who's that? Who's that? Anyway, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to make much content with it, but it sounds really fun. It is really fun. I don't know if it sounds really fun. It is really fun, actually. I've really enjoyed it so far. It was nice to just, like, build something with, like, no content or tournaments or whatever to think about, you know? It was just build a model. Build a dude. Which was cool. You know? Anyway. Let's talk about the recent drama in inverted commas, shall we? Let's talk about the recent drama in inverted commas. Maybe I'll do a member-only stream if I'm going to do a stream. I'm all over Gundam Hellstorm stream, make it happen. Yeah, maybe I'll do a members-only stream. Alright. Let's talk about the recent drama, shall we? Obviously, this weekend, there was the Coventry GT. And there's actually a new channel that has popped up that has started streaming it. Best of luck to you, lads. So basically, there's a new stream, and obviously people have been watching this stream. And what was interesting is I've been sent basically the same message multiple times about one of the games. Paint on Plastic by Lincoln Wright. Let's have a look. I'll have a look at that. I'll save that. Thanks, bud. I'll check him out. Anyway, I've been sent a message about one of the finals. I think it was the first game on day 3, you know, between two friends of mine, ironically. So I'll just get my biases out of the way. 2 friends of mine, Nassim and Josh. And what I thought was interesting initially was that Josh was playing on a live stream. Obviously, this is Josh from GW, formerly Team England, now GW. They played on a live stream because obviously they were playing the final. Now, Josh usually isn't allowed to play on live streams, so he went to GW. That was like what we were told when he came to my event and stuff. Maybe that's changed since then, which I think is the real big news. And I think it's actually really cool that GW have kind of like taken a step back and gone, you know what, actually, this is a really good thing that we should do. We should allow our staff members to go on stream. However, the problem is when you put big staff members on stream, they start being accused of things if they do something that isn't particularly to the letter of the law. Now, for you to understand what I'm talking about, you need to know the context of the situation, okay? But what I want to preface this is I'm not alleging anything. I'm not alleging. Is that a word? I don't think so. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. This is me purely looking at a situation. But I also want to preface this and kind of say that I think top players are definitely held in a higher regard than mid-table or just like less competitive, less competent players because they are the top players. We spoke about this a lot last week. Alleging, thank you, Matt. We spoke a lot like this last week when I played the captain of Team England in Age of Sigmar, and or the week before last, and they played a rule. No, it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. They played a rule wrong when we played mid-game. They got one of the basic core rules for terrain wrong, and The problem was, is a lot of people were saying that they were cheating because they're the captain of England, when I'm just a bit like, everybody makes mistakes, everybody has those days, you know? As Hannah Montana once famously said. But I think, rightly so, I think top players are held in a higher regard in terms of, like, if they make mistakes, people could or, like, can call them out for it. But I think the problem is because top players are top players, because they play more games than most people, because they're better than most people, if top players do make mistakes, the instant reaction from people is they're cheating, you know? They're cheating. They didn't make a mistake. They didn't get it wrong. They're just cheating. Because I've been sent this message multiple times, or a variation of it. But the one, I'll talk about this. So Josh and Nassim are playing on stream, okay? It says, an interesting thing I spotted. I wonder where people are on it. In deployment, Josh placed a Rhino, then later asked to move it to test and measure another vehicle fitting or not, then put everything back, all good. But then he says, can I check? You can see it as I positioned it to not be shot. They did some checking, and Josh then took the Rhino right into the building. So under the guise of not placing it back exactly the same position where he did his checking, he goes to move the Rhino to a completely different position. I don't think that was by accident. I think he responded to leaving rush drop and realised he made a mistake. Everyone let it go and we're happy. How are people moving deployed units after you put it deploys and surprises you? So obviously, from the nature of the message, it's kind of like alluding to saying Josh saw that he put his thing in the wrong place and just moved it. He just straight up moved it, you know, because he made a mistake. Which, you know, technically, by the letter of the law, would be cheating, you know. If you wanted to go as per the rule book, this would be cheating. However, when you actually watch the video, it's actually completely different. Just for reference, this is 15 minutes into the stream. And again, it's on Epic Flail HQ. Again, best of luck to you, lads, if you're going to stream the UKTC. Josh spends about 15 minutes working out where Nassim can go on this side. He deploys this Rhino first, I believe. He spends about 15 minutes, what feels like, discussing where he can place this Predator here on the top left, of where this can be deployed. Okay, but where it can't be shot turn one. Because Nassi's playing guard, they can move pretty fast. All the Lima Russers are really good. The Demolishers are pretty fast. They can go in, blow something up pretty quickly, you know? And then Josh realizes he's placed this here, and during deployment, he tries to move another tank through here, and then Nassim goes, you know I can see him because he's on the terrain.
I'm just checking my angle that was safe there.
Yeah, I think so.
Just with the putting back, yeah.
13 here. I'd be able to shoot you currently.
So it wasn't when I put it there, so just tell me where it needs to go.
Yeah, you're good.
Something like that?
I had the funny feeling that you don't want to be shot turn one, so this is the maximum that I can move. Complete maximum for my last cannon. And if that
I don't know why the quality's dropped. 1 second. To 144. An online comment misrepresented something. Never, literally. So basically, I'll skip back a little bit because I think there's a little bit of context here missing. I'll skip to here. So again, he's just working out where he wants to see this Rhino. He wants to see if another Rhino can fit through. You know, he kind of like look where it is. Bearing in mind, Nassim has nothing in this corner right now. Okay. So, and where he's about to go, I'm going to put I can drive a Lima Russ up here. Okay. It's not in response to anything, but maybe I'm doing too much defending. I'll let it play. I'll let the next minute play.
You could only get down to like, oh yeah, you couldn't get quite down there. So I'm just checking my angle that was safe there.
Yeah, I think so.
Just with the putting back, yeah.
13 here. I'd be able to shoot you currently.
So it wasn't when I put it there, so just tell me where it needs to go.
Yeah, you're good.
Something like that?
I had the funny feeling that you don't want to be shot turn one, so this is the maximum that I can move. Complete maximum for my last cannon. And then that line there, because you're on the terrain feature.
Yeah, so
Talk a bit more. You're good there. Cool. Now I can't shoot you.
That is it. That's what people are trying to claim Josh is cheating for. Now, technically, Josh put down a model, all right, and then later realised that Nassim could deploy a Lehman Russ here, drive it 13 here, and pop that Rhino, okay? If you want to be really pedantic, by the letter of the law, technically, he shouldn't move this Rhino. However, Nassim is like, because they spent 15 minutes up here discussing which angle this predator can go. Can we get it? I think we can.
And there's no line down there either.
It's not really 15 minutes. It's like,
There's no line.
obviously Josh is going to think about what he's going to deploy in this corner. You know? And so then he's like, right, okay, if I go this way, I'm going to speed up a bit because it obviously takes fucking ages to... Warhammer's so slow. Warhammer's really slow. Alright, that's the problem here. So you can see, he's like taking his time to work out if this predator can fit in this gap, be behind here, and not get shot turn one, you know? There's a big discussion about it. And then they realised, obviously Josh has realised, oh, actually, I'm on the terrain here. I can be shot, okay? That seemed a little bit silly, you know? So Nassim is like, yeah, you don't want to be shot turn one, dear. I could drive our Lehman Russ here. There is actually an angle, because obviously, let's say the Lehman Russ moves 10, which I think a Lehman Russ does move 10 on the data sheet. Let's just have a look. I think there's like a buff, like an order or something. Lehman Russ battle tank moves 10, okay? So if it deploys here and moves 10, it's probably here. Can't see the Rhino. With an order, guard players in chat, remind me what the order is. With an order, they can make it move an extra 2, I believe. It can now stick here. Okay. Move order adds 3 inches. Is it move by? Is it called move? Of course it is. So 10 inches from this deployment line. Do you know what? Fucking MS Paint time. All right. Oh no, I don't want the menu on it. Right, fucking calling out people for being cheating. Fucking, how about, listen. Look. If the Lehman Russ deploys... God damn it. Give me a paintbrush. There we go. If the Lehman Russ... Oh, for God's sake. Bam. Done it. Right, okay. Brush. If the Lehman Russ deploy... Give me a thicker brush, bro. How do you make the brush thicker? Was it on there? Right, if the Lehman Russ deploys here and moves 10, right, it's going to end up here. Okay, it moves 10. No line of sight. Gets stopped by this building, all right? If the Lehman Russ moves 13 and ends up here, Josh goes, oh, shit. Actually, there is line of sight. Do you mind if I move it? You know? There's literally, that's it. That's all that happened. And Nassim was like, yeah, bro, go for it. You don't want to be shot turn one. How are people coming out, sending me messages and going, yeah, he's fucking Josh, who's the first time on stream, who's the biggest fucking cheater, bro. Like, come on now. That is literally all that's happened. He thought he moved 10. He actually moves 13. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Sad face. Nassim like, no worries, bro. Tick, tick. That's what happened. Because Nassim's cool. Look, people look at this and go, oh, Josh must be cheating. And don't go, wow, Nassim's such a really great guy because he's in the finals or on the final day for Coventry. He's in the top 8 or whatever. He actually goes on to win the event, by the way. So he obviously beats Josh in this game anyway. Nassim is like, you know, showing like a profound notion of sportsmanship, which should be like really good, and we should be like praising it. And then no, people are like, Josh is cheating, bro. Look at that. You know, it's called intent, lads. It's called intent. You know, the intent is no line of sight. They spent ages doing it in the Predator, you know? The intent is no line of sight. Now seems like, yo, bro, there's line of sight there. Do you want to move? But then people are fucking, actually, don't you think that Josh is, isn't that interesting that people are moving deployed units? This is the problem. This is the problem, you know, when you become a top player, you know, especially with someone like Josh, because obviously he's in a very unique position of being a top player that also balances the game. He might be thinking, you know, I don't know. Haven't seen it. Don't care. Don't give a shit. It's not out till next year. Don't know when. We all know it's coming out next year. Don't know when. He's probably thinking, guard tanks move 10. They don't have orders anymore. I don't need to think about it, you know? What if guard don't have orders? They don't have +3 move anymore. You know? He might be like, the guard codex. I know what detachment is. Oh, he's played the old one, of course. You know? If we want to be, like, super facetious about it, you know, he might not... He might have nerfed. Move. You know? He might have nerfed move. For all I know. But ultimately, it's called intent. And, like, people are, like, pitchforking, which is just the worst thing ever. As someone who, like, covers events, right? As someone who covers tournaments and streams them, the most annoying thing about streaming events, and the reason that so many people are worried about playing on a stream, is because if they make a mistake or they change something... You know, if they change something mid-game, or because they said intent and then they move something out of sequence, they get labelled a cheater. And it's just like, it's just bollocks. It is just bollocks all the time. Like, labelling someone a cheater just because they did something that you're not fully privy to, that the players are, isn't fair. And I understand why fucking players come up to me like, you know what, Mikey, I don't want to play on stream, because if I do get anything wrong, I'll be labelled a cheater, you know? There's, like, so many cases of people coming out and calling people cheaters when they're just not privy to the full information, you know? They're literally, like, come in halfway through a game, watch something, and be like, whoa, he's cheating, then fuck off again, you know? Whereas, like, a lot of the time, if someone's cheating, it's not because of little things like that. It's because they're rolling dice wrong, you know? And by wrong, I mean, they're rolling a 2 and saying it's a 5, you know? Which we all know about. We all know that situation. That's blatant cheating. But little stuff like, yo, I didn't want to be seen. Oh, you didn't want to be seen turn 1? Well, I can move up to here, by the way. It's not even a fucking response to anything, because at this point in the game, Nassim hasn't finished deploying, and he kind of just went, I could put one here, drive it up here, and see that tank. So for multiple people to be like, yeah, have you heard this? It's so silly. You know? It's just so silly. It's just like, yeah, they're just fucking... Oh, look, this guy who's not allowed to play on stream because he works at GW, plays on the first stream, must be cheating. Like... It just takes like half a brain cell to look at what was said during that stream, which I watched the first 15 minutes of it, you know, and that's all I need to see for the cheating section. You know, you watch the first 15 to 20 minutes. You can even skip the first 10 and watch 10 minutes of it, and you go, I don't want to be shot turn 1. I'm going to position this predator in such a way that I can't shot because I don't want to be shot turn 1. By the way, I don't want to be shot turn 1. Just so you know, Nassim, I don't want to be shot turn 1. Nassim says, yo, why don't you want to be shot turn 1? That's crazy. Obviously making a joke. And then Josh is like, oh, actually, look, I can be shot turn 1. Do you mind if I move it? He's like, yeah. Yeah, fine, go for it. You know, like, fucking, to be then go dropping messages into people in, like, fucking Discords and WhatsApps and fucking share this with 5 friends to be like, yo, have you seen this guy cheating? Just shut up. Come on now, grow up. Grow up. But the thing is like, yeah, like, top players are just held to such a higher regard than a normal player. If, like, a pretty average nobody did that, you know, either it wouldn't get brought up, you know, I actually just think it would have been brought up, or neither player would say anything and the other guy would just penalise him for it, you know. But because Nassim and Josh have a good rapport, Nassim's a great sportsman, Josh is obviously like, yo, dude, I didn't want to get shot, do you mind? Then they're just being, like, held to a higher regard where they're just being called cheaters for no reason, you know. And it's not that they're cheating, it's that they've said intent and they've realised an issue with that intent, you know. Mercenary, thank you for the gift, mate. Really appreciate you. Yo, give some members right now. Okay, we've had 2. I used to get 30 a stream. Let's try and get 10. Let's try and get 10. We might even do a giveaway early, but become a member or gift a member if you haven't already. But yeah, like, it just annoys me with people pitchforking, because then when I stream an event and people are, like, a bit weird about it, and I'm like, why are you being weird? You know? And I do think that's up to the commentators to kind of like smooth over these things. They should be watching intently, seeing what's happening, and then correcting things for the information that you don't always quite pick up on. The sarcasm that isn't always obvious, you know? But maybe they missed it. That's fine. I haven't watched the rest of the stream. But like, the problem is like, unless you've got people confirming and them saying, hey guys, I know you're watching live, I have realised this, so Nassim's letting me move in it, and like being super clear, it's hard, and people are just going to pitchfork. But also, as an audience, as a viewer, you shouldn't be ready watching for pitchforking moments. You know, you should be watching because you want to watch some Warhammer. You know, if you want this game and this live streaming thing to progress, and you want to be able to watch live streams at home, calling everyone a cheater because you saw something that technically wasn't correct, but if you watch the 5 minutes, you work out it is fine. Is a you problem, and you're just ruining it for everyone. You know? My intent is to win, so if that doesn't happen, we need to play by intent. Right. No, obviously not. The intent is when you're trying to achieve something and you say to your opponent, I'm trying not to get shot to 1, you and your opponent work together to make sure that doesn't happen. As I always say, I play Collab Hammer, okay? I don't play Warhammer, I play Collab Hammer. I play with my opponent. I tell my opponent what's going on. When they're playing, I remind them of the my pocket, which are not technically gotchas, but they are part of the rules of the game, you know? Being able to deep strike 3, being able to overwatch better than normal, being able to have a really good overwatch, being able to move something in my opponent's turn, reminding them of stuff like that, you know. Don't forget, I've got multiple units in deep strike. One of them could rapid ingress this turn. One of them can rapid ingress 3 inches, you know. Just so you're aware. Just so we know what's going on. It's little stuff like that that you have to remind your opponent. Dan Elliott, thanks for becoming a member, dude. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for becoming a Primarist here. Let's go, baby. Make sure you join the Discord if you haven't already, Dan. Yeah, like, you have to be, like, fully open to share everything, because if you are just sat there with gotchas in your pocket, and then you wait for your opponent to be done, and then just catch them out on something, you're the knobhead, you know? And that's what playing by intent is all about, you know? That's what playing by intent is all about. It's about being completely open, you know, reminding your opponent of things that you have in your pocket, you know, things that, like, again, inherently are gotchas, but, like, not a gotcha as a negative thing, as in, like, a reaction. You know, I think we need a better term of gotchas versus, like, baked-in gotchas. Because, like, technically an Overwatch is a gotcha, you know? Like, in my head, Overwatch is technically a gotcha. Because it is like, you finish moving, right, bam, here's punishment. You know, I feel like a reactive punishment to a reaction that can punish what you're trying to do is a gotcha, in my opinion. You know? So, like, Overwatch, move D6 when you end, shoot and blood surge. They're all like baked in to the game, which are fine. Gotcha, but they are kind of like gotchas. So, like, reminding your opponent of them, and then you're playing a collaborative game. You're not saying, hey man, don't do this because this is what I'm relying on to win the game. Just stop me doing that. But it's kind of like making sure your opponent is, or you and your opponent, whilst we both playing your turn, you know, is kind of like fully aware of the situation of the board, and then can make, like, educated tactical decisions. And then if you beat them while being fully open, you've played a really fair game where both players knew what was going on each turn, and it purely came down to your tactical acumen, rather than because you messed up, because you did something slightly wrong, because you deployed slightly in sight, because you forgot that your opponent had this funny rule that you haven't played very much, you know? Because anything else is just playing unfairly, in my opinion, you know? I advocate for, like, playing the fairest game possible and beating your opponent on the fact that you're better than them, you know? Not because you remembered something that they forgot. Not because they forgot you had a rule and you penalised them for it. It's that you're making better decisions or banking on better outcomes rather than anything else. That's how I try and play. You know, that's how I try and play. I call it collaborative hammer. You know? I've tried explaining this concept to people 100 times, and I just get told I'm telling my opponent how to beat me. No, there's different ways, right? There's different ways to do it, because like if you're going, so can you put a big unit that they can't kill in the way? You know, that's obviously very different. That's telling someone how to stop you doing something. You know, but it's kind of like at the start of someone's movement phase. You know, I'll be like, "Hey man, hey dude," you know, especially when I was playing like loads of Inceptors as well. I was like, "Hey man, just be aware I can deep strike 3 away in your turn, and in my turn coming up. So like, just watch out for your backline." You know, that's it. That's it. You're not like going, yeah, I'm going to fucking penalize every character you leave on the board, right? But I'm like, yo, don't forget I can deep strike 3 away, so be aware of your lone ups and stuff like that. You know? I'm not saying hide everything, but I am kind of saying, is like, fucking, just so you're aware, I have some like really cool rules. I don't want you to forget about them and then go, oh shit. Because then we've had a whole shooting phase, had a whole charge phase, had a whole fight phase, and you realise you've left one lone operative character on your home objective, and I'm about to drop 18 Inceptors on it. You know? It's that sort of shit, because it's like, oh, I obviously, if I'd known, I would have not done that. And I'd be like, yeah, you would have, because you're not stupid. You know? I'm not here to tell you you're stupid. I'm here to have a game with you. And that's how I like to play competitive games. They're the most fun games I have. You know, honestly, since I've taken this like really open approach, because I was really open, but I've never been like a fucking AOS reminders. You know, starter phase, tell your opponent all these things. You know, I've always been like pretty open. I've never been like a knobhead on the table. I wouldn't say anyway. But like, maybe that's the difference between like me and an extremely top player, or maybe that's between me and a mid-table wanker who's just trying to gotcha everyone to win games and go 3-2 and be like, yo, I 3-2 because I fucking punished all my opponents because I've got a fucking dumb rule that actually doesn't work the way I think it does. You know? The point being is that the most fun competitive games I've had with top players is when we're both just fucking telling each other what's going on, you know? We're just like, yo, don't forget, by the way. You know, just little things like that. By the way, if you deploy there, you've said you want to be out of sight. I do actually have a rule that lets me move faster, so watch out. You know, whenever I play against like an Age of Sigmar, I'm always like, yo, just so you're aware, whenever you think about my threat ranges, add 3 inches because I have a +2 move buff and a +1 charge buff. You know. Because that's the relentless discipline. Move an extra 2 in the movement phase. In the charge phase, I can get a +1 charge. I'm always like, just so you're aware, when you are measuring threat ranges, add 3 to whatever you think it's going to be. Because I obviously move 10, for example, Death Riders. Move 10, charge 12. Can't charge 3d6 with this unit. But I can move an extra 2 and I do get +1 to charge. So just factor that in. You know, that's not gotcha. That's not me telling my opponent how to beat me. That's just me reminding my opponent of some very basic rules of being like, yo, just remember there's a fucking extra 3 inches. You know, the game's way too complex. I play multiple game systems. There's like fucking 25 armies in each game. Every army has its own special rule. Every army has fucking access to 17 different stratagems, right? I actually think the game was easy to understand when everyone had a book of stratagems. Everyone used the same 3, because at least you only had to remember 3. Now you have to remember 6 for each detachment, right? I understand what all the detachments do, but remembering all the stratagems each one has is actually worse. But anyway, that's by the by. That's another conversation. But you have to remember so many little things that having your opponent just like be like, yeah, this is the army I'm playing, by the way. This is the army. This is what it does this turn. This is what it does this turn. It's just so much better. It's just so much more enjoyable. I don't feel as drained afterwards. I'm not having to like constantly check my phone to see what strats they have access to. Because someone just goes, yeah, I can do this turn, by the way. And I'm like, okay, cool. I understand how to do it, but no one gets it and thinks the only way to win is gotcha people. It's just dog shit opinion, in my opinion. That's just rubbish. You know, it's just a shit attitude, to be honest. If I beat a player, I want to do it the player's best. Patrick, 100p. 100p, dude. You know? If I'm going to beat someone, I want to beat them at their best. And if they beat me, I want them to feel like they beat me at my... It's impossible to remember absolutely everything. The whole point of the game is to talk to one another and help. Yeah, tournament game, casual game, whatever. It's a game. It's still got a game at the end of it. We're supposed to have fun. What do you think about reactive moves, for example? You think a player should tell someone as they move their models in addition to start the game or let it go off? No, I think you should remind your opponent every time, you know? I think you should remind your opponent every time. Because just, again, it's a gotcha, you know? I think the worst attitude is to be like, oh, I told you to start the game. It's turn 3. I know it's 4 hours ago, but no, I'm going to fucking nail you for this. You know? I don't think the intention of the rule of a reactive move was you to be like, yo, now you've made a mistake, I'm going to really penalize you for it. I think the whole point is for your opponent to play around it and take the risk when they need to, you know? Do people not do the this is my detachment, these are my strats at the start to go over this? Yeah, but you have to remember, if you're playing like 7 games in a row, or 6 games, or 5 games, or whatever, that information leaves your head very fast, you know? That information disappears very quickly, because your game 3, you've been playing Warhammer for 6 hours, now you've got someone else, you've been talking about everybody else's game all day, you know, how did your game go, etc. And then you got someone yammering on because they want to start the game because it's game 3, they're tired as well. This, got this unit, this unit, this unit, this unit, this unit, this was this, this was this, this was this, this was this. And that's it. And then you forget, an hour later, they're halfway through the game, they're like, yeah, I told you I had this strat at the beginning. And I'm like, bro, we're 2.5 hours into the game. You know? I'm 2.5 hours into the game. I'm not going to remember. Just remind me if I ask. Or if fucking at the start of the turn, you're like, by the way, bro, I've got this. Be the opponent you'd want to play. Dim, big time. That's exactly what I advocate for. You know? Be the guy you want to play at a tournament. And then maybe you'll find that person that you'll end up playing and having a good game. You know? Also, a lot of games have we've had alcohol. Also true, Dan. I told someone I can Overwatch on 5+. He strat reserved his Eradicators in and I killed them in Overwatch. And he gaslit me into thinking I didn't tell him. And he beat me 20. Fucking hell. I find it funny when people go, I only won you once. That just sets up the entire game to be shit. It just sets up the entire game to be the big poo. Nothing worse. Nothing worse. Like, why are you bringing this sort of attitude? Did I fucking shit in your cornflakes? You know? Did I take a monster shit in your cornflakes? Why are you being a knobhead? You know? No, the answer is no. You're just trying to fucking game to win. You're not gaming as in fun. You're just fucking trying to game the game. Game the system. You know? Because in an ultimate game, the game you're most prepared for is game 1. It's also when you're the most awake, usually. You're the freshest, and you've had the most time to prepare. And it's always fucking random. It's always fucking just random. You know? You might go into that game, and you technically, on player skill alone, you might have already won the game before you turn up to the table, right? Or you might have already lost before you turn up to the table. But you're the most prepared for that one. Then game 2, you have your lunch, right? You got like 5 minutes to work out what your opponent does. And you're 3 hours in, or 4 hours into the day. You know, you played a load of Warhammer, you had a great time with your opponent. You got absolutely fucking trolleyed, but there you go. And then game 2, you're probably going to have a decent game. You're probably going to have a good time. Then game 3, trying to retain information at that point is fucking awful. And then Sunday, if they do the pairings the night before, which a lot of 40k players do, but AOS doesn't for some reason. Don't know. You've been out drinking. You stayed up late. You had an early dark morning the day before. You've had to be early up again. So you're tired. You're hungover or whatever. You know? Not telling someone a unit has fight first is also bad form. Yeah, there's stuff like that. Don't forget, mate, before you start moving, this guy's fight first if you think about charging it. Done. Remember. You know what it does? It's a preventative measure. It means you don't charge that unit. It means you get to charge instead. That's how I see all the gotchas in 40k. Or Warhammer, or Age Sigmar, or whatever. The gotchas, in my opinion, are preventative measures rather than rather than trying to be gotcha methods. Or, you know. you're not going to charge that unit because it has fight first. It's not a, oh, you charge me, I have fight first, I kill you. You've only beat me once. Dan, not true. Not true, bro. I think I beat you in every tournament we matched in, didn't we? You've never beat me in a tournament. Unless you were playing Wraith Knights. But that was like 9 years ago. I love Drunk Warhammer, however, I'm always let people do take-back saves, especially in casual games. I feel like it's more fun if you don't get that fuck feeling. In fucking casual games, you should be even more open than you normally are. You should be coaching each other. You cheated in that game too. What game? What game are you talking about? Oh, don't shoot that little shot into my bloodthirst unit. Activate the big unit shooting first. Yeah, this is like... This is great. This is like perfect. You know? This is exactly what I'd say if I was using that sort of unit. I'd be like, yeah, don't forget, don't shoot this unit first. Telling me my Wraith Knight didn't have jump or fly when you had that one Necro Warrior. Dad, stop. You need to let go, bro. Bro, you need to let it go. Did I win that game or did you win? Daddy's referring to a tournament game we must have had 10 years ago. It must have been 10 years ago, dude. Maybe 11. He had a Wraith Knight and failed to kill a unit of warriors, and I was like, you're stuck in combat, bro. Let it go, Daniel. It's been 11 years. You won because of one Necro Warrior. That's so funny. Ah, that's funny. Yeah, because you couldn't fall back from combat, could you? It was on a building and I couldn't charge. Ah, of course. But you were a monster. How would I know? Because apparently I didn't have fly. Us extremely talented players are held to a higher regard these days. I'm still better after 10 years. If I remember correctly, was it the fucking relic or something? Dan, you'll have to remind me. I don't remember because it was 10 years ago, bro. What was it? Fucking... Let's have a look. If I remember correctly... Okay. It's for the tourney. I finished fourth, you finished third. I think that's a win. If I remember correctly, okay, it's like the Mechanicum Gantry, okay? Or something similar. It might have been a homemade one. Let's say it was this. It might have been this. I don't remember. Let's say it was this, right? This piece of terrain. Right? And it's here. Okay? I believe it was the relic. Was it, Dan? I believe it was the relic. So there's like a gantry like this, right? And in 7th edition... There's Eternal War missions were like... It's very hard to understand as a gamer now if you didn't play back in 7th. But basically, most games were end-of-game scoring, okay? There was First Blood. Wait, Dan's ringing. Dan wants in. Dan wants in on the stream. Bro, it's been 11 years. You need to let it go now. You need to let it go. Is this correct? Well, I'm going to draw it on stream. You've obviously got a bit of a delay. I had a Necron Warrior on the gantry. Here he is.
No. So it was on one of the old... Remember the old massive Minnesauran...
Oh! One of the
Yeah,
fucking
you had a
missile
Necro
silo
warrior,
things.
and he had the relic, and I had like 2 Wraith Knights stood at the bottom, and I said, "Can I charge?" And you were like, "No, I don't think you've got jump or fly." So I was like, "Oh well, I've lost then." And then it turned out after I did have fly.
I'm just a big cheater, clearly.
Clearly.
11
Clearly
years been
been called
cheating.
out.
When was it?
Called
Can you
out
remember
on
what
stream.
year it was? Was it 2015?
Oh god, yeah, it was with the Outpost, weren't it?
Yeah.
The old Outpost.
Yeah, I remember the game. I remember because I had Necrons with the Obelisk and 2 Imperial Knights. That's how long ago it was.
Yeah, when you could ally anyone in with anyone.
Mm.
It was a time when I had the One Direction list, then I with all the Wraith Knights.
The One Direction, yeah.
Yeah. I had I think I had 4 Wraith Knights at the time at that game as
And
well.
I'm the cheater, chat, by the way.
And you're the cheater. Horrible.
So what happened was, we'll pretend this is a different piece of terrain, but the gantry works. So Dan has got the fucking big
Same
Wraith
principle.
Knight. Here it is, look. I'm really good at drawing Wraith Knights. What's this?
I've actually got 2 at this point as well.
He's got the big arm cannons as well. There's a Wraith Knight, and he's got 1 here. I'm gonna never...
No, mine were all swords, that's why I couldn't deal with you. I had to charge you, all mine were swords, weren't they?
That's his hand with his shield, as you can see.
Mm.
And that's a sword. And he had another one here. And the relic, if you held it at the end of the game, you won. That was it. And Dan had 2 sword Wraith Knights, and he couldn't, because I didn't know they had fly, which I don't think they should have fly anyway. just putting it out there. Because I had the relic with 1 Necro Warrior, you had to shoot me to kill me to not lose and fail to kill him.
Yeah, I don't pay for guns.
Didn't you have the scatter lasers on?
No, they were just pure swords. That's why I couldn't get to you. And then after the game, because I don't think Scoff played in the event. That's why me and you were on top table for one.
Of course.
He come over to us after, was like, "Why have you not charged him?" I went, "I can't, can I? I ain't got fly." He's like, "Yeah, you have." Oh, for fuck's sake!
I did literally what Phil did to me 2 weeks ago.
You knocked us both off the
Podium.
the top 2 because we scored that badly.
Was it Maelstrom as well?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was somewhat random, weren't it?
Oh,
they were
God,
always
what a
random at
time.
Outpost.
What a time.
That were back in Carnage Day of 7th.
Yeah. But it's great though. And I would see that's you holding me in a higher regard because I'm a better player than you, Dan.
I don't think so. Hey, let's play Old World now, I'll fuck you up.
Nah, I'm alright. Silly game that. Thanks for the retelling, Dan. Appreciate it.
No problem. Adios.
Alright, man. Catch you later. Love you. Bye. So there you go. That's very funny, that. Anyway, yeah, so like fucking 7th edition, it was all end of game scoring. So people used to play Maelstrom, which was essentially cards, at the same time. As for Team Hellstorm back. So he had the relic, he couldn't charge because fly, no. Fly? No. But he actually did have fly. Anyway, that's why top players are only held in high regard, because we're just so sick at Warhammer. You're in his gaming experience and he hasn't played in 10 years. He did. He ran a channel with me for quite a while. I love how important that moment sounds, and neither of you looked it up. Nah, you didn't look it up back in the day, bro. You didn't look it up. Us in our little local Warhammer tournament at our local store of 14 players. Nah, we didn't bother looking it up. Never forget the Wraith Knight. Put it in the book. Hashtag Motown moment. That's funny. That's funny. But even the top players, lads, even me, can get things wrong. So he didn't know what his units did. I mean, he outed himself. Mikey's history of cheating. That's not cheating, bro. How is that cheating? It shouldn't have, like, it had every rule it shouldn't have. You don't know for definite the 2 Rave Knights would have killed him. That's true. He might have missed. Might have missed with fucking Eldar shenanigans. Anyway. Where was I? Well, the guys in our group... Oh, wait, where is it? Let me catch it on here so I can bring it up. Where's it gone? One of the guys in our group ran into a guy at LGT who started off by saying, I'm putting you on a clock and I don't do take backs. They didn't even introduce themselves. The same guy ran out of time and forgot to bring you reserves. Absolute cunt. That's what we call that guy, a cunt. If someone put me on a clock and said I don't need take backs, I'd be like, yeah, there is, mate. I'm going to go grab a TM. I'd be like, put it on my time, mate. I'm going to go chat to the judge. I'm going to go chat to the judge for this fucking loser. That's how I'd spend my hour and 30 minutes. Chatting to the judges about how you being a prick. Good times. Good times. Anyway, don't play against pricks, right? Someone's being a prick to you in the tournament. I honestly think you just fucking go to the judges, and if the judges aren't going to do anything, be like, I'm forfeiting the game, but I want you to know that I'm disappointed in your decision. And then tell everybody you know. And then tell everybody you know. And if that's me, fine. If I do that to you, fine. Do it. Because then I've clearly cocked up. You know? I've clearly made a mistake with you. And I shouldn't have. And you know what? I should suffer the consequence of making a mistake. And I think more people should realise that when they make actions, they have consequences. If people want to just watch all the bat reps me and you did, I defo played a prick in those games. I am a prick, to be fair. I played on timer once, and it was when someone wanted to practice for a tournament match. It was kind of fun and consensual, of course. Yeah, like, using a clock. There's nothing wrong with using a clock. You know? If someone says to me, can we play on a clock? I'll be like, yeah, fine. But that's the difference. Someone came up to me and said, can we play on a clock? There's a little question there. Do you mind if we play on a clock? Yeah, okay. If someone goes, we're playing on a clock, and I don't do take backs, then I'm like, okay. Rematch Necrons versus Eldar. Yeah, if you want. Dan can bring Wraith Knights if he wants to. I was horrible to Dan in those games, clearly. I wasn't. I was never. I was never. We always had lovely matches, Dan. We had a lot of matches, though. In fact, I watched one me and Toby did with Knights vs. Ulthway. Toby was the salt man ever. Saltiest man ever. Toby is salty. I love Toby. He is salty, though. That's fine. It's just part of his nature. Part of his character, I'd say. We're playing on the clock and no take backs. I won't tell you about my army. Yeah, literally. A prick. Dickhead. I always play in the clock. But my starting spiel is about how I'm clocking me, and I have no intention to clock out if we get 5 turns. Also, always allow take backs. Yeah, but as long as you're clear to your opponent, right? And if you be like, yo, dude, I always play the clock. Do you mind if we play the clock? You know, there's like a way to go about it. You know, which I think you'd probably be an adult and be reasonable about it. You know, if you go, yo, I always play the clock. Do you mind if we play the clock as well? And then your opponent can be like, okay, yeah, it's cool. You know, go to the table and be like, we are playing the clock. We are gonna get clocked on if you don't shut up. Shut up, you know what I mean? Big difference between wanting to win and needing to win. If you need to win, you're usually the player we want to avoid at tourneys. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Speaking of tourneys, I'm bringing back a segment I've not done for a while. Bringing back a segment I've not done in ages. Because the game changes too much. But I'm going away for 2 weeks. So I need to make sure my knowledge is up to date before I go. Okay? I need to make sure my knowledge is up to date. Oh, for God's sake, I've done this 3 times now. It's time for Meta Monday, baby! It's time for Meta Monday. Let's have a look what armies are actually good right now. Because someone on Discord told me Imperial Knights were good. I was a meta chaser for playing Imperial Knights the other day, allegedly. Someone smoking crack. Anyway. Oh, wrong one. Anyway. Meta Monday time. Vote and take the lead. Woo! So, Meta Monday is by a chat called JCMS Meta Monday. They do this every single week. So, taking all the latest tournaments and do win rates for each army. Play the sound. I don't have a sound. Knights are good where they're high. I don't know. You saw it too. You know? Cheers, Patrick. Catch you later, brother. So there's 956 players this weekend, which is obviously super high. So what we saw, the Coventry 3-day was only 144. Thought that was, allegedly. Knights are good. Coventry 3-day had 140 players. Coventry 2-day had 84. It just seems, I mean, it's still 200 players still playing, but I'm a bit like, why not just make it one event? You know? But Guard won that was Nassim's list. Let me get up Best Coast pairings. Guard won and Necron's Hypercrypt went 5-0. They didn't even play a top court in the fucking Coventry 2-day. God. God, man. God. They didn't even fucking bother. What day is it? 20. I'll do 24th to 29th. Just make sure I get everybody in there. Within 50,000. Exclude online because the online events aren't real. Minimum number of rounds, 5 and 40k. God damn. Coventry, 3-day. Let's have a look at Nassim's list. Me playing Guard last week makes me a professional. Lord Solar, great unit. Tempestus Command Squad, Platoon Command Squad, Tank Commander. Tank Commanders obviously can order themselves now. Got a bit of points hike, but they can command themselves now, which is really nice. Katajan Jungle Fires, fuck, they're cheap, aren't they? 55 points for 10. No. Yeah, 55 points for 10 with 2 flamers. That's crazy. Bullgrins. So less Bullgrins than obviously Normandy because they had a big points hike, but a big unit of 6, a big unit of 3, which is nice. Hellhound, really fast, fucking Overwatch, laughs in everyone's face, and also cheap. Lemurus Battle Tank with Battle Cannon and a multi-melter, nice long range, another one. Exterminator. Exterminator is actually really good. The Exterminator adds AP after you've, is it do a wound? Cause a wound? Exterminator. Select one enemy unit hit into the end phase. A friendly Astral Militar increases the AP by 1, which is really good. It's not even cause a wound, it's just hit, which is great. So obviously Niall was playing one of them the other day. I think they're really good. How many points are they? 170 compared to a Liam Russ, which is 170. Yeah, the 3 damage is nice as well. Obviously for like heavy infantry. The problem is it's the lack of AP, but you give everything else an AP. Because the autocan's only AP 1. But it's twin linked as well. Rapid fire 4. It's good. It's a really good unit. Ogryn. Ogryn is interesting, but fuck are they cheap. They're like half the price of a Bullgryn squad. Bro, they're really cheap. Do they have a unit rule? Ogryn. Ogryn squad. 60 points. Fucking hell. Each time one of these units makes a range attack that targets the closest eligible target, improve the AP by 1, and their ranged weapons are AP 1 already. Rapid fire 3. Only 9 inches for rapid fire 3, but that's 6 shots. Shown 5, -2 damage. They're great. Holy shit. How are they 60 points? How are they 60 points, bro? I'm going to go to the Chimera to use firing deck. Yeah, firing deck's great. But you can also fucking strat reserve them. Put them on an objective. 60 points, that's really good. And there it is. 2 units of Tempestus Aquilons. Holy fuck, dude. There they are. We've got they've got the Plasma, Sentry Flamer, and then loads of carbines. Tempestus Aquilon's really good. Really, really good. They're cheaper than Tempestus Scions for around the same amount of models. But they have Deep Strike 3. Are they in the app? Surely they are. Tempestus Aquilons. Their ability is it can drop 3 away but can't charge, which is great. And the sentry turret is a token, so that probably means it's not really. When the unit set up on the battlefield using Deep Strike, it can shoot with its sentry weapon as if it was your shooting phase. So it's not really a model, I don't think. Unit composition. Yeah, it's not technically a model. So it's just a token. D6 plus 3 flamer. Yeah, D6 plus 3 flamer that isn't actually a model, so you can't draw a line of sight to it. It technically will disappear when you've deep struck. That's great. Yeah, the Sentry Flamer D6 plus 3 ignore cover. A 3-inch deep strike at 12-inch range. So 2 units of them, obviously, fucking why not? Great unit. And then a unit Tempestus Scions of 10 with 2 plasma guns and a plasma pistol. No melters? No melters. Interesting. And they're obviously going to go with the... where are they? The Tempestus Command Squad, which has another plasma gun, a med pack, and a standard. So, Tempestus are really good right now. Like, Aquilons and Scions are really, really good. And I think they're really cool models. I think they're some of the best guard models et al. All of them. They're really good. And the Flamer can shoot when they land, so it's land, shoot, and shoot again. Can they be taken off the board? Oh, shit. Yeah, that's true. When this unit is set up on the battlefield, it can shoot with its sentry weapon. So it shoots the flamer when it deep strikes. Shoot in phase, shoot with the flamer. Right? But then it... Wait, does it actually have... No, it can't shoot the flamer twice, can it? Because the flamer's not actually a unit. Wait a minute. How does this unit work? How does this unit work? No, the sentry only shoots once. You can't shoot the flamer twice. How does it shoot twice? The Tempestor's Aquilon's Sentry Flamer can replace one of the following. The Sergeant counts as having it. Okay, let me have a look at the actual data sheet. That'll probably help me, because the app's not very good. We all knew this. Let me have a look at the actual data sheet. While we're looking at data sheet, chat, maybe you want to become a member, we can trigger a giveaway. Maybe we'll play a game of marbles if you fancy it. Aquilon. Is there no... Oh, how do you find the Aquilon? Are they other rules? Ah, there we go. Yeah, I'm looking in the app, and it just says the unit composition is 1 Tempestor Aquilon, 9 Tempestus Aquilons. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it doesn't have that. It says the Tempestor Aquilon. Oh, it says Sentry Flamer there. Ah, so the Sergeant technically has a Flamer. That's such a weird way to do it. Isn't that just such a weird way to do it? That's such a weird thing to do. Why don't you just have it as another model? You know? How bizarre. So he's equipped with the Sentry Flamer, then they deep strike, shoot with the Flamer, and then just keep shooting with the Flamers. Yeah, I get it. I get it now. I kept missing the fact that the Quillon was equipped with the Sentry Flamer. Isn't that really odd? Because then the actual Sentry Flamer model isn't a model. It's a token. It doesn't actually need to be on the board. It also, it's just a token. So it's not really a model. It's just 10 dudes. It's just 10 dudes. And then the sergeant has got a pocket on a flamer in his ass. He has the remote. He's daddy, clearly. But they don't even have it on the board. The Servo Sentry is it's a Servo Sentry token. It's not a model. That's what's weird. That's so bizarre. I knew this unit was good anyway. Even without this gimmick, it's good. You know. But, like, yeah, why is it not just, like, a unit of 11? You know? 1-9, 1 servo turret. They say you don't get yet another 2 carbine shots. Why? He's equipped with a hot shot las carbine and a Sentry Flamer. So you can shoot that and the Flamer. Right? Because when you shoot a unit or model, every model can shoot all of its guns or all of its pistols, but not both. No, these flaming shoot when he lands. Most, I think you're watching it at like a 15-minute delay. Oh shit, yeah, never mind. Yeah, so you can technically shoot both, but I just don't understand why the Sentry Flamer isn't just another model with an extra wound. You know? Just like one model, one wound. You know? Yo, thanks to everyone who's buying tickets to the tournament, by the way. We just hold a whole bunch. Appreciate it all. That's such a weird thing. That's so weird. That's just so bizarre. You know, because you've got, like, Guardians. You got Guardians who have Defender platforms. Is it 3 in points? It's not 10. The Servo turret isn't a model. It's a token. Look, 10 Guardian Defenders, 1 heavy weapon platform. You could have this. Isn't it weird? You know? They could have given it a whole separate profile, or they could have just left it as 1 wound, because these are the same bar 1 wound. And OC. Or is it so they don't have 11 OC? But, like, it's the same concept. Why is it so different? You know? If it's the same concept, why is it so different? I don't understand. That's so bizarre. That's so weird. Anyway, big tangent about Quillons. Quillon's broken. It's written by the Kill Team rules writers. It isn't. It isn't written by the Kill Team rules writers. That's what's weird. That's what's so weird about it. The Guardian platform has 0. That's the easy fix. It probably has to do with how big the move block profile is. I don't understand that. It's they're literally the same. They're on the same bases, except for oh, maybe the platform is on a 32 rather than 40. That's so odd. Anyway, commentary today. Fucking the amount of AI on Best Coast Pairings is actually disgusting these days. Did I put 6 rounds minimum? No. Where's Coventry? Oh, there it is. Coventry today. Was won by Necronis. Necron's getting the big win. The one I called Andy. Well done, Andy. Can't touch this. Nightbringer, triple Hexmark, Silent King. Spider for the Feeling of Pain, Death Marks, double Doomsday, Flayed Ones, double Locust, Tesseract, Vault. That's why I got 7th. Where did he get 7th? When did he get 2nd or 1st? Because he goes down, someone's got nerfed. What's he playing at? Okay, it looks like a fairly typical Necron list. Double Doomsday Arc and then some shit to play with. No Monolith, went for the Tesseract Vault instead, which is very strange. Very strange. Kippers. 84 players. Tyrannid Synaptic. Which one's Synaptic again? Synaptic Nexus. Oh, shit. I remember this one. It's like the battle round. You can select one or more Synaptic Imperatives shown below. Until the end of the battle round, that Synaptic Imperative is active whilst it's within Synapse range. You can either have a 5+ invuln, +1 to advance and charge, or +1 to hit, which is good. There's a little do mortal wounds, a grenades, mortal wounds if they fail a battle shock. There's one unit from your army until the end of phase. While friendly Tyrannid units within 9 inches, that unit is within synapse range. Basically, tunnel synapse. I haven't played synapse in ages. Have I ever played against synapse? Reroll hit roll and wound roll of 1. Decent strat for 1 CP. Reduce the AP by 1 if you're within synapse. It's all if you're within synapse. It doesn't work otherwise. Double up on a synapse imperative and fall back and charge. Okay, what was the list? Let's have a look. What was the event called? Kippers. Kippers Melee. Probably told his opponent to fly. Bro, what's fucking with you? What reminded you of that? Fucking hell, everybody came 5-0. Let's have a look. Death Leaper, Old One Eye Swarmlord. Fucking, why is he using Battle Scribe, bro? Roar. Legends are visible. Why are legends visible? Neuro Tyrant, Gargoyles, Barb Gaunts, Biovore, Lictor, Neurolictor, Raveners, Maliceptor, Non-Emissary. What a cool list. This is just like a mini Monster Mash. A mini Monster Mash with Gargoyles. It's a little bit of everything, though. Like 3 Raveners, 1 Neurolictor, 1 Lictor, 1 Biovore, 5 Barb Gaunts. What's the Neuro Tyrant going with? Do you think it's attached? Is the Neuro Tyrant attached to Gargoyles? I missed. Neurogons, Tyrant Guard, or Zone Troops? Huh, not going to anything. Just going solo. But Maliceptors are really good. Non-Emissaries are good in the right matchup. Obviously, getting the Feel No Pain and OC 10 objective is always nice. Depending on the terrain as well. This is in Canada, so I don't know what type of terrain they'll be using. Feminine Gnome Norm. Feminine Gnome Norm? I don't know what that means. Interesting list. Great job. Great job, bud. Rumble on the Rivers GT. Custodes Talons. I wonder. Where's this one? Rumble. Rumble on the Rivers 40k GT. Folger Piles. Folger? Maybe? Let's have a look. Mid AF. Blade Champion, J. Wow, fucking great. What a crazy build. No one's ever seen it before. Psychana Rhino, Caladius with a very blaze cannon ×2, Triple Warden, and some sisters. And Draxus for fun. That's it. That's it. That's the list. Triple Warden, double Caladius, and some sisters. Most likely WTC. Yeah, maybe. That is it. Just go for it. Mid AF. I love that. Just 3 units that advance in charge. Call it a day, lad. Don't need anything else. I've got Draxus, so she can shoot twice, and she's still got the can't be targeted with the Custody Guard. It's the most generic Custody list ever. Second VTC, Warhammer 40k in Austria. This is probably the last one I'm going to look at, because after that we're like 40 players. Oh, it's Kev! Oh, we love Kev. Kev's a good friend of mine. He's running Templars. He got Gladius Task Force. Obviously, Gladius Task Force. Just give your entire army advance in charge is great. Grimaldus, Primaris Crusaders, Assault Intercessor Jump Pack, ×2. 3 Gladiator Reapers. Votan, you say? I've not fucking seen one. What did he play against? Let's have a look. Played against 10 models are too many. Played against Knights. He played against Votan. The 3 Reapers come up handy in there. Played against Demons. Great time. Devastating Wounds and all those great and clean ones. Guard. Great matchup. And Tyranids. Okay, he had a good run. Double Predator Destructor. And then 3 Vindicators. Fucking let's go. Buy your Alpine Cup tickets. What a cheeky fuck. Well done. Well, I presume that says buy your. I presume. So triple Vindicator. A lot of people running Vindicators right now. Come down in points. Pretty fun unit, actually. But a lot of people are worried about them getting, like, fucking legends or whatever. But T11, 2-up save, 11 wounds, which is, like, super tanky. When they have a range attack, they can shoot targets with an engagement range of it, provide no other friendly units. In addition, when making range attacks, it does not suffer the penalty to hit for being in range of enemy models. So you can just blast the fuck out of people, charge them right to the front. They probably struggle to kill them. They end up charging, struggle to kill them again, so they just shoot with a Demolisher Cannon. D6 +3, strength 14, -3, D6 damage. It's very swingy, but it is just like a nice base of like a unit that can just go sit on objective and be really annoying. What are they like in combat? Shit. But you got Tank Shock to play with. Obviously, you got a Hunter Killer, you got a Storm Bolter, and then they can just use their turret in combat, which is really nice, you know. But yeah, D6 +3 with Blast. So maybe like D6 +4, maybe D6 +5 at a good unit. But they are D6 damage at Ren 3, which is nice. You know? Turn 1, you can advance and shoot with them all to put them right in the middle of the board, to slow things down, to hold your opponent off, for example. They're only 24-inch range, but they move 9, which isn't terrible. And they're just really tanky. They're just really, really tanky. And then you got the Crusader squad with Grimaldus doing its thing. What's Grimaldus do again? Grimaldus gives you reroll hits in melee, so then you can put your Oath of Moment somewhere else. And you can get relics of the Emperor of Ascendant. You can fall back and advance and charge every turn. You give a 5+ feel no pain, which is obviously going to be really good to increase AP. So giving all this a 5-up feel no pain is going to be really nice. Everything's got 2 wounds. Yeah, nice list. Well done, Kev. Well done, Kev. We like Kev. He's a good guy. He does run the Alpine Cup, which is fun. So let's have a look at the stats. Vinnies are legit some of the best anti-tanky CSM. Yeah, literally. They're really good. And cheap as well. 175 is good. Taking lead the best faction of the weekend with a 58% win rate. Isn't that crazy? Like, credit where credit's due. Like, Games Workshop have really managed to bring the win rates down to something relatively manageable. Remember we used to get fucking... I've made thumbnails where things have had like a fucking 75% win rate for a weekend. Hellstorm win rate, I should search, right? This is why Custodians have a 72% win rate. Look at that fucking thumbnail. The same face as well. Reuse, recycle. Why have I got an Element Games logo on my shirt? Oh, it's Team England shirt I think I was wearing. 75% win rate on AdMech. Well, this is just a few years ago. This is last edition, you know? Literally, last edition, at this time of the game, things are having like a 75% win rate. You know? But that is funny. You can search Hellstorm win rate and that comes up. Very, very funny. But it's literally happening, you know? 75% win rate, 72% win rate. 3 years ago, this is what this situation we have. Now we're like, fucking hell, they've got a 58% win rate, 3% above Golden Zone. That's crazy, bro. Can't believe they're so strong. Ain't it weird? Ain't it weird? Anyway, Guard, 48% win. They won 3 events, including the largest player event of the weekend. The second most played faction was 67 players. Demons had a 56% win rate. GSC 56 was a fucking insane. Are Necrons the best faction in the game now? I think Necrons have been one of the best factions for a while. As most played faction in the game, they had a 54% win rate this weekend and 4 event wins. 19 or 27% of the players went XO. And we saw both Hypercrypt. Black Temples were the worst win rate faction of the weekend with 39%, but also won 2 events. That just shows you the fucking skill set of the players that are playing them. A lot of people figuring out Blood Angels still. Let's have a look. Win rate so far. Fucking hell, he's doing it by detachment these days. 58 is for Leagues of Votan. How many players? 26. Is that high? No. Same as Drakari, which are relatively niche. Space Wolves, again niche. Chaos Knights. What site is this? Meta Monday, my friend. So yeah, Leagues of Votan winning so far. We don't have a season win rate anymore, but the season changes so much now. Unless this is like the first one with the new stuff, which would make sense. So 58%. Everything's relatively good, I would say. Necron's obviously proving relatively strong if 71%, 71 players, which is one of the most played factions, still has 54%, is good. But even Thousand Suns still coming out on top, but 26 players. This is what you have to kind of consider with win rate, which a lot of people don't realize when you are looking at it. You have to remember the amount of players, because you're like, holy shit, 73% win rate with Xeno Creed Congregation, and it's 2 people. You know? Yo, Papaya, thank you for the 5, dude. Really appreciate you. Thanks for the 5 gifted, man. That's really kind, mate. How are you doing? Well, thanks for popping by. Thanks for the gifted. Be like Papaya Pariah. Gift a membership if you haven't already. I see a lot of great names in chat. It could be you. Ortskin Hobbies, hey, become member. Tech Priest Dicky, I see you. Dan, you're not a member. BCG Scythe, I'm calling you out now. But yeah, that's the AFK Random. It's 2 people who won 8 of their 11 games. So Chaos Marines doing pretty well. Fellhammer Siege host. 2 people. 2 people went like, one of them went 3-2 and the other one went 5-0. Or one of them went 4-1, the other went 3-2. Whoa, 70% win rate. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Stormlands is interesting. At least 53% win rate. Tyranids must be one of the most balanced factions. Look at that, all 50%. Orcs as well. Blood Angles. Who was playing Lost Brethren? That one guy went 4-1. Lost Brethren is the Death Company detachment, which is fine compared to the other two, who did not do well. Liberate Assault Group, I think, has proven to be the best one right now. Angelic Host is really good, but a lot harder to play. And then Lost Brethren, one guy went 4-1. You know? Where do you think New Blood Angels will go? I think this will climb a little bit while people figure them out. I think people are still figuring out the best list for them because there's quite a lot of rules changes. Obviously, losing the proper brick of Death Company makes you almost not want to take them, but people are still taking them. And then finding the right detachment, which I think Liberate Assault Group will be, you know. Because like 40... What is that, wins? Or is that players? Yeah, 43 people are all playing Liberator. 1 Lost Brethren, 2 Angelic Host. I think this one will climb. I think this is 2 people trying it out, not quite figured it out yet. I do think this one will climb. Because Angelic Host is so good for playing the mission. I really want to play it on stream, to be honest. But Angelic Host is so good for playing the mission compared to, like, the other two. The other two kill you and then win, you know. Lost Brethren, kind of fucking whatever. It's not that good. A Liberate Assault Group kills you, then wins the game. Angelic Host plays the mission really well. So I think this will climb. I think this will probably... I think Blood Angels are just a really good army. I don't think they're like insanely broken. I think the points really balance them out. To a point where it's like things that got nerfed came down in points. Things that were pretty good also came down in points, you know, from like the codex. So I think people... This is just figuring out step, I think. I think maybe next week we'll see something more interesting for Blood Angels. Dangles, though, took a big drop, as you can see. 61% for one guy with Stormlands. But overall, Gladiator's Task Force would have been really high, I think. For Dark Angels, would have been right up closer to like 50%, if not 55% win rate. What's doing shit? Admech not doing great. Grey Knights, tough. Agents, not a real army. Come on now. World Eaters, 43%. This is rough. This is rough, especially because World Eaters went up in points, I think. Or had a big change. Did World Eaters go up in the last update? I feel like they did. I feel like they did. Yeah, Angron, Spawn, and Mass Execution, all like staples in an army, all went up in points. So it's understandable that they've taken a hit. Again, it's the first week, right? You've got to remember that bit. It's the first week of update. But Space Marines, really a weird one again. A couple of people are doing pretty well with them. First Company Task Force, actually wild. That's the Terminator one. You know, the one that only affects Terminator. You get reroll wounds once per game. It's really shit. He went fucking 3-2 with it. What a lad. That one guy went 3-2 with that one detachment that no one plays. That's very funny. And then Ironstorm doing alright with those 2 players. And then Templar's right at the bottom. Templar's right at the bottom. But Gladiator's Task Force proving the most popular. I think Ironstorm Spearhead, people are still trying to make that list work. I think that's what you see a lot with armies, is that armies that did really well get nerfed, such as Ironstorm Spearhead, Black Templars, all tanks, right? People are still playing it because it's the army they've got, you know? Whereas most other people who were playing it because it was good have moved on to these sorts of armies, you know? GSE, Demons, Thousand Sons, Necrons, whatever. But the problem is then you put those people who are still trying to play the same list in win rates. It just makes makes the army look really shit. Whereas Gladiator's Task Force is clearly the way to play Black Templars. You know, it's been proven for a while. Even they went up, and it's still the way to play them. It'd be like me going like, yeah, fucking remember no Eldar are really strong. I'm gonna play 10 Wraithguard and 2 Wraith Knights. Like, even they got, right, heavily nerfed, but, like, even still, the nerf wasn't, like, crazy. It wasn't crazy because it was only like people running like fucking 150 Primaris Crusaders. Like, yeah, fair enough, we got nerfed. But a 54% win rate is pretty good for those few players. But that is probably the best way to play Templars right now. But interesting. And Imperial Knights, did we even see them? 48% win rate. They're meta, chap. They're meta. 48%. I just don't think there's a good way to play Knights right now. Because you take all War Dogs and you lose because the people just kill them. But, like, people who can't deal with them just, like, say they're broken. Because, like, Knights are like a win more army, right? They're not like a real, like, back and forth type of game. They're like a win more, win less, you know? If you win hard. If you lose hard. There's no in between. So people who can't deal with them say they're broken because they get smashed by them. But then people who play them, who can deal with them, just smash them instead. It's always the same. There's no in between with Knights. But I don't know how to make them good unless you just take... I think the other way to play Knights really is to take one and then play a different army. You know? Just like... It's why Canis Rex went up in points. The only real way to play them is to play them as a different army, which is ironic. It's very funny. So, anyway, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. Only the first week, the first proper week after the balanced data slate or the field manual update. Reconnecting tonight. Greg's sausage, bean, cheese, and melt. Puff pastry, sausage, baked beans, cheddar cheese, egg, salt, flour, and pepper. Nice. Canis, Eren, 2 Helverins, 3 Warglaves, 5 Warglaves, and a Calidus. Okay. That's a good loadout. It's what I was using the other day. Great loadout, I would say. So double Helverin, 5 Warglaves. That's just because they're cheap, right? What did he play against? Will be. He played Greg. Okay. So beat Tau. That's a tough one. That's a tough matchup for Knights. Greg was playing Tyranids. Invasion. Greg, what was Greg playing? Death Guard. Okay, just win that one. Mark was playing Blood Angels Ironstorm. Bruh. Why? What? Blood Angels Ironstorm with Invader ATVs. Brother, what's going on? Ben Jones is decent. GSA, okay. That's a hard matchup. Jay was playing Knights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 War Dogs. Fucking hell. Dom. We love Dom. What nerds? We bring forth this throbbing vein of chaos. Prepare for slaughter. Prepare for fear. Be ready for the bloodbath. Wham bam. Thank you, Hammer Boy. Bam bam. With Renegade. Okay, that's a hard matchup as well. Okay, this guy had a few hard matchups. Well done, mate. And play Kyle with Tau again. Book ended with Tau. Great job, Reese, bud. Great job. Played some hard matchups there. But lost 2. You know what I mean? Why was there no... I guess there was no, like, top cut, right? Everybody played the same amount of games. Because he's still placing 6th. So, no, fair play. Fair play, mate. Definitely a good showing. Knights are a hard one, as I said, because they are a win more, lose loads, right? There's not, I don't think you really have close games. Maybe if we went through each one of these and we see that, like, every game was, like, neck and neck to 1 point here, 2 points here. But, like, Knights usually win-win or lose-lose. I don't think what... Reese doing really well is good, obviously. But there's, like, no in-between. So, they, like, get smashed because someone just rolls while you roll shit saves. Or you roll loads of good saves and you just steamroll your opponent. Then again, we and Niall had a close game. But I feel like that's not going to happen every game, you know? Anyway, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Good time, good chat, good showing. Lots of interesting chats, I would say. What sort of petulant BS happened this time? Feel free to rewind, bud. Feel free to rewind. But that's it from me today, I'm afraid. That is everything from me. I don't have anything else for you. So we're going to call it a day there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the people who became members. If you didn't, go fuck yourself. I'm joking. Thank you to those who gifted memberships and stuff. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate it. There's only 2 streams remaining before I'm gone forever. I will be gone forever, I'm afraid. So only 2 streams remaining. I'll be back Wednesday for the morning news. Or shall we just call it coffee time? Maybe Wednesday morning we'll be back for coffee time. Great names. Ew, I agree. So yeah, so we'll be back on Wednesday morning for the morning news, speaking all things cringe. And then Friday, myself and Tom are bringing you a Halloween special battle report, which should be really fun because it's Friday the 1st. It's a day after. It's a day after Halloween. We're doing a Halloween special on Friday, which we're very excited about. We're tempted to play the Horde mode of Poor Hammer's Horde mode on Friday, and making it like a chat thing, like chat can interact. That's what we're kind of thinking. Just need to do some final prep. Wait, 2 more, you quitting? Yeah, I'm leaving, bud. 2 more streams, I'm leaving. It says it here. There you go, 3 streams remain. Halloween special after Halloween. It's a day after. We stream on a Friday. We're streaming on a Friday, bro. So yeah, we're doing a special Halloween game this Friday, and then I'm gone. I'm off. Never again. You'll never see me again. Yeah, right? So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you all. Thanks. Love you all, and I'll see you on Wednesday, my dudes. Friday's All Saints Day. No, it's not. It's Halloween special day. Halloween special day. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you. Bye. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye. Bye.